The mean fellow of it, the monster, that aura people whisper about when a fighter walks into the ring and the entire atmosphere shifts. In 2025, Naoya Inoue did not just live up to that reputation, he expanded it, stretched it, and reshaped what boxing fans thought was possible at the elite level. They say perfect boxers do not exist, that flaws always reveal themselves over time, but across one relentless year Inoue challenged that belief every time the bell rang. 4 fights, 4 title defenses, 0 moments where a challenger truly seized control. Ya Jun, Ramon Cardinas, Murojon Akhmadaliev, and David Picasso all entered with confidence, plans, and courage. All of them left with the same realization, that they had stepped into the ring with something different, something colder and more precise than raw power alone. The pound-for-pound debate followed Inoue everywhere, but inside the ropes he seemed untouched by it. What stood out most was not just the speed that blurred combinations into a single flash, or the power that traveled through gloves like electricity, but the calm authority with which he hunted. In an era where champions often manage risk, Inoue pursued danger. Each opponent was treated like a puzzle worth solving in public, under the brightest lights. In 2025, the ring became his territory, and instead of slowing down with mileage, he leveled up. Fighters arrived looking for weaknesses and ran directly into refinement. From the technical dismantling of Akhmadaliev to the controlled domination of Picasso in Riyadh, Inoue proved that his greatness was not tied to a single style or moment. It adapted, evolved, and expanded. This was the year he completed his transformation. The puncher became a thinker, the destroyer became a chess player. Early in his career, fear followed him because of what his fists could do. Now fear followed him because he read opponents 2 steps ahead, turning their best ideas into liabilities. The clash with Murojon Akhmadaliev embodied this evolution. It was not simply a fight, it was a collision of philosophies. Akhmadaliev carried an elite amateur background, a disciplined southpaw structure, and the kind of composure that did not melt under pressure. Many believed he was the final unanswered question in the division, the one man capable of matching power with intelligence. The early rounds justified that belief. The tempo was frantic, the jabs snapping like wires. Akhmadaliev did not retreat, he met Inoue head-on, landing clean right hooks and forcing the Japanese star into moments of caution. When an uppercut shook Inoue in the 4th round, it marked one of the rare times at that weight where vulnerability appeared. But instead of panic, there was calculation. Inoue shifted gears, invested in the body, slowed the rhythm, and turned the fight into an exhausting positional war. By the later rounds, Akhmadaliev's face showed the cost of forcing exchanges, yet his resolve never broke. The fight went the distance, a brutal blend of skill and violence, and Inoue emerged not just as the winner, but as a fighter who could neutralize the most dangerous threat without abandoning discipline. Even perfection, somehow, had improved. What drew the world closer to Inoue during this run was not only dominance, but growth under stress. He no longer rushed finishes. He scanned. The early rounds became laboratories where he decoded timing and habits. His feints multiplied, drawing reactions from nothing, opening corridors for body shots that slowly drained resistance. His footwork tightened into a pendulum rhythm, lateral shifts keeping him just close enough to strike and just far enough to evade. Distance became his weapon, measured down to centimeters. Borrowing concepts refined by masters before him, he stepped outside lead legs, killing counter angles and trapping opponents in dead zones where combinations flowed freely. The aesthetics of destruction reached academic precision. Then came Ramon Cardinas, the underdog with nothing to lose. Early in their fight, the unexpected happened. A nuclear left counter dropped Inoue hard, his nose blooded, the arena frozen in disbelief. For a split second, the myth wavered. What followed was perhaps the most revealing chapter of the year. Inoue did not respond with recklessness. He adjusted. He reclaimed distance, attacked the body, and calmly dismantled Cardinas piece by piece. As the rounds progressed, speed and accuracy overwhelmed courage. By the late 7th, sustained pressure finally broke through, and the 8th brought a merciless finish. In that fight, Inoue's jab evolved again, shifting between blinding touches and heavy, damaging shots. His defense tightened into near impenetrability, elbows, chin, and torso moving in micro-adjustments that softened blows and returned fire instantly. Outside of that single knockdown, he looked untouchable. By the time David Picasso awaited him in Riyadh, Questions shifted from whether Inoue could win to how far his mastery extended. Picasso was bigger, younger, undefeated, armed with height, reach, and relentless Mexican pressure. Some whispered about fatigue, about 4 fights in a single year taking a toll. Instead, they witnessed control. Inoue read Picasso early, answering jabs with lightning counters, tearing into the body, and breaking the guard with precise combinations. Picasso showed immense heart, surviving shots that would end most fights, but round after round slipped away. There was no reckless pursuit of a knockout, only surgical domination. Over 12 rounds, Inoue proved he could dismantle a larger opponent without unnecessary risk, spreading energy evenly, maintaining power deep into the fight. By the end of 2025, the picture was clear. This was not just a devastating knockout artist anymore. This was a complete universal master. 4 fights in 1 year, elite opposition, no shortcuts. At 32, while many champions limit exposure, Inoue cleaned out a division with ruthless consistency. His rise elevated Japanese boxing on the global stage, inspiring a new generation by showing that pound-for-pound greatness was not reserved for anyone else. The Fighter of the Year label was earned through opposition, activity, and evolution. Naoya Inoue stopped being simply the monster from Japan. He became a global icon, a living example of how greatness is built not only on natural gifts, but on relentless refinement. As 2026 approached and whispers of a mega fight with Junto Nakatani grew louder, one truth stood firm. This was history unfolding in real time, a legend still sharpening his edge. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Inoue's legendary 2025 run, let me know what moments stood out to you the most and who you believe truly pushed him to his limits. Do you think anyone in the current landscape can solve the puzzle he has become, or is the era of the Japanese monster just entering its peak? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more long-form boxing stories like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for what comes next.